Well, the Washington Capitals, they are stacking a lot of points against some very good teams. They are staying in the race here for the Stanley Cup playoffs, and that is really all that we can ask of them at this point. 2 games to talk about here today for our Caps, because the first of those games against the New Jersey Devils occurred on my birthday, Friday, March 20th, and so the video for that one obviously is late here as I was busy celebrating. Sorry about that, folks, but I'm sure that you will understand. So yeah, we were going to do a 2-for-1 here today. The first being that 2-1 win in regulation against the New Jersey Devils, and then the second of these games being an overtime loss 3-2 against the best team in the National Hockey League in the Colorado Avalanche. So first up, the Devils game on my birthday, a 2-1 win that moved the Caps to 2-0 in the Cole Hutson era. And the kid was dancing yet again, by the way, in this game against the New Jersey Devils, just his second NHL game. His dangle just inside of the offensive blue line had the crowd oohing and awing yet again, and then he rips it off of the pipe. So close there to his second NHL goal in his second NHL game. And then to top it off, he throws down superstar Jack Hughes in a puck battle in front of the Washington Capitals net. Throws him down like a sack of potatoes there. Great net front battle by the kid there. Love the compete level. And then he turns around, grabs the puck, and clears it out of danger as well. So a great second game in the National Hockey League by the rookie Cole Hutson, which follows up a great first game in the National Hockey League by the rookie Cole Hutson. And now, babes, let's get to your scoring. First period, it is another Capitals rookie, Ryan Leonard, comes flying off of the Washington Capitals bench into the offensive zone, grabs this puck out of mid-air, sets it down for himself, and rips it top corner past Jake Allen for the 1-0 Capitals lead. Ryan Leonard, as we know, has got a hell of a shot, and he utilized it again there for his 15th goal of this season already. You will remember as well, he missed several weeks with injury this season, so he has not played the full slate of games this season for the Washington Capitals in his rookie campaign. So to have 15 goals already, you know, that is a real nice number for the kid in his rookie season, his first full season in the National Hockey League. And he becomes there with his 15th goal, the first Washington Capitals rookie since Alexander Ovechkin to hit that 15 goal mark. So that is, like I said, a very nice number for a rookie and for Ryan Leonard there to get his 15th of the season already. The first guy, like I said, first Washington Capitals rookie to hit that mark since Alexander Ovechkin did it in his rookie season. Ovi, of course, scored 52 times during his rookie season. That was just insane. Those are numbers that do not happen for rookies in the National Hockey League unless your name is Alex Ovechkin or Sidney Crosby. But yeah, that crazy rookie campaign by Alex Ovechkin aside, Ryan Leonard has been the best Capitals rookie goal scoring wise since Ovi all the way back in his rookie season 21 years ago. So 1-0 Caps, and that is how the first period would end. So we would go to the second period where there would be no scoring whatsoever. This was a bit of a goaltending duel in this game. And I say a bit, but really it was quite the goaltending duel in this game between Logan Thompson for the Caps and Jake Allen for the Devils. Really sparkling performances out of both of these guys. So yeah, it's 1-0 after the first period. Second period, there is no scoring whatsoever for either side. And so we go to the third period where Alexei Protas, he scores his 23rd goal of this season already, this time into the empty net as the Devils, they had Jake Allen pulled for the extra attacker there, trying to tie up this game. So Alexei Protas, he hits the empty net for his 23rd goal of this season already. And so yeah, like I said, goaltenders duel, right? That goal does not beat Jake Allen. It's into the empty net. So Jake Allen as well, giving up just the one goal in this hockey game. So Alexei Protas, 23rd of the season from Pierre-Luc Dubois and Tom Wilson, makes it 2-0 for the Caps. And as it turned out to be pretty important that the Caps did hit that empty net. As with just 43 seconds left here in this game, Jesper Bratt, he scores for the Devils to cut the Caps lead to 2-1. And that is so unfortunate there for Logan Thompson. Again here, yet another game where he is this close to getting a well-deserved shutout. And again, falls just short here, giving up the one goal here with just 43 seconds left, like I said. But it matters not, right? Because the Caps, they had hit the empty net prior to that to grab the 2-0 lead. And so this goal here makes it 2-1. But ultimately, that is as close as Jesper Bratt and the Devils could get to Logan Thompson and the Washington Capitals here. And so 2-1, babes, that would be your final score. The Washington Capitals, an important win again in regulation here, 2-1 over Metropolitan Division rival New Jersey Devils. Logan Thompson, by the way, he stopped 30 of 31 New Jersey Devils shots in this game. So he was very, very good yet again here. Now on to the next game here for the Caps, a 3-2 overtime loss in that dreaded 3-on-3 OT that the Caps just cannot seem to grab the extra point in these scenarios this season, be it overtime or God forbid the shootout. They've been a lot better in overtime than they have been in the shootout, that is for sure. I believe they were 4-2 in OT coming into today's game, so 4-3 now. But yeah, the shootouts, dreaded scenario for the Washington Capitals, right? They have won just 1 of 7 shootouts this season. So whenever it gets to overtime, they do not want to go to the shootout. And today, unfortunately, they did not, as the Colorado Avalanche would score in the 3-on-3 OT. But yeah, 3-2 overtime loss for the Washington Capitals against the best team in the National Hockey League in the Colorado Avalanche. And the Caps, I'll be honest with you, they played a great hockey game. They severely limited the Avalanche's offense in this game. First period, okay, halfway through the first period, and the Washington Capitals, they have only allowed the Colorado Avalanche, who are, of course, the NHL's highest scoring team, the most high-powered offense in the NHL this season, halfway through the first period, and the Washington Capitals have only allowed the Avalanche just a single shot on goal, just the one shot for the Colorado Avalanche through the first 10 minutes of this game, and that included a power play for the Avalanche as well. So the Caps, right, continuing their recent trend of playing great defense. Then, just past the midway mark of the first period, it is Connor McMichael finding a streaking Justin Sourdif behind the Colorado Avalanche defense with an alley-oop pass way up in the air there, drops it perfectly right over the heads of the Colorado Avalanche defenders who were trying to back check here, but they could not catch up to this pass, this perfect alley-oop pass by Connor McMichael, and they certainly could not catch up to the speedy Justin Sourdif, who comes in on the breakaway here and absolutely roofs this thing. Perfect shot past Mackenzie Blackwood for the 1-0 Capitals lead. And for Justin Sourdif, another great Capitals rookie this season, right? This is his 14th goal of this season already as well. So just like we talked about with Ryan Leonard earlier, right, hitting that 15 goal mark, it is likely here now that Justin Sourdif, another Washington Capitals rookie, is going to hit that 15 goal mark as well in the same season here. And so after not having a rookie hit 15 goals since Alex Ovechkin did it 21 years ago, the Washington Capitals very likely here are going to have 2 rookies hit that mark here now in the same season in Ryan Leonard and Justin Sourdif. Justin Sourdif, who as well, same as Ryan Leonard, right? He missed some games this season due to injury, so he has not as well even played the full slate of games here this season, and yet he is on track to surpass that 15 goal mark as well. So 14th goal of the season already for Justin Sourdif. Assists on this goal, obviously to Connor McMichael, the beautiful alley-oop pass that gets the primary assist there for Connor McMichael. Well-earned assist by him, just a gorgeous pass. If you missed this game, if you missed this goal, go back and watch this one for sure. It was pretty, that is for sure. So yeah, Connor McMichael, well-earned primary assist there. Matt Roy as well on the secondary assist on this goal here for the Caps. And for Justin Sourdif, as well, and his line mates, right? But particularly Justin Sourdif, who the Caps have used for a lot of the season here in a shutdown center role, particularly because Pierre-Luc Dubois missed most of this season due to injury, due to having that core abdominal surgery, right? So the Caps, they didn't have Pierre-Luc Dubois for most of this season, so enter rookie Justin Sourdif, and the Caps have played him for most of this season in that kind of Pierre-Luc Dubois role, right, as the shutdown center. And Justin Sourdif has excelled at this. So this is great news for the Washington Capitals moving forward, that they are going to have two shutdown centers on their roster who can seemingly take on any line in the National Hockey League and shut them down, in Pierre-Luc Dubois and now in Justin Sourdif. Justin Sourdif, again here today, matched up against the Nathan MacKinnon line, holds Nathan MacKinnon, one of the top three scorers in the National Hockey League this season, obviously a phenomenal offensive force out there for the Colorado Avalanche. Justin Sourdif holds him today to a goose egg, 0 points for Nathan MacKinnon, and it was the Nathan MacKinnon line that was out here against Justin Sourdif for this goal here, scored by Sourdif and his Capitals line mates. So handing Nathan MacKinnon the -1 here on this play. And yeah, just another great example, right? I'm not saying any of this to like poke fun at Nathan MacKinnon, like, haha, -1, haha, you didn't get any points. No, Nathan MacKinnon rules. I love Nathan MacKinnon. I'm simply pointing out how well Justin Sourdif plays against these top players in the National Hockey League, and that is so impressive for him at just 23 years of age, and in his rookie season, in his first full season in the National Hockey League, that he is able to show this type of maturity and play this well against the best players in the league, guys like Nathan MacKinnon. Really, really impressive for Justin Sourdif at just 23 years of age and in his rookie season. And he does it again here today. He does it again here on this goal. Like I said, matched up against the Nathan MacKinnon line, hands them the -1 with the breakaway goal here. Beautiful stuff by Justin Sourdif for his 14th goal of this season already. Puts the Caps up 1-0. And that is how the first period would end. Just the one goal scored in the first period by either side, and it belongs to the Washington Capitals and Justin Sourdif. The Caps holding the high-flying Avalanche to just 6 shots on goal in the first period. This is one of the best first period, highest scoring first period teams in the National Hockey League. They lead the league in a bunch of categories in the first period, including the most goals scored in the first minute of games, the most goals scored in the first 90 seconds of games, one of the best goal differentials in the first period. The Colorado Avalanche, they score a ton in the first periods of games. And so for the Washington Capitals, holding them to just 6 shots on goal in the first period, that is a tidy bit of business by our Washington Capitals. And the first period also saw a couple more highlight reel plays by the rookie Cole Hutson. Now in just his 3rd National Hockey League game, he held on to a puck in the offensive zone until he could find Anthony Beauvillier cross ice with a beautiful seam pass, creating a grade A scoring chance out of absolutely nothing. And then he pulled off another shake and bake move, which we are already becoming very accustomed to from him. It's just inside of the offensive zone blue line. He makes the shake and bake move through the stick of the defender there. Just a disgusting move yet again here, pulled off by Cole Hutson. Again, just inside of the offensive zone blue line. The balls on this kid to pull that off. He has done that 3 or 4 times now in just 3 National Hockey League games, and he has been stupendously successful at it all 3 or 4 times that he has done it. So yeah, the confidence to pull that off, and then he's got the hands to go along with it. He is pulling it off and making it look like it is absolutely nothing for him. So yeah, he gets around the defender here, keeps the puck alive in the zone for the Caps, and then he skates it all the way down towards the net and passes to the man in front. Again, creating a grade A scoring chance out of absolutely nothing. And yeah, he has got the Capital One Arena crowd, like I said earlier, just oohing and awing with his every move that he makes out there. He has created so much already for this team offensively through now just 3 games played in this league. So second period, there's no scoring in the second frame, and that is because we come to like the halfway point of this game. Half of this game gone by the wayside here for the Colorado Avalanche, and the NHL's highest scoring team, the NHL's most high-powered offense, has been held to just 9 shots on goal through the first half, like I said, of this game by a Washington Capitals team that is just playing some phenomenal defense. So we go to the third period, and unfortunately, it is a minute and 5 seconds in here, and Logan Thompson behind his own net, he goes out of his net and goes behind his own net to stop the dump in by the Avalanche, right? He stops the dump in, and just a really, really, really unfortunate fumble of the puck here by Logan Thompson gives it right to Marty Necas, and Necas feeds Gabriel Landeskog in front for the wide open net. So again, right, really unfortunate fumble of the puck here by Logan Thompson, because both he and his Capitals teammates had played a perfect game up until then. And now here with that fumble, unfortunately, they find themselves in a 1-1 hockey game in the third period against, like I said, the top team in the National Hockey League in the Colorado Avalanche. But shit happens, right? And I do not want to hear any Logan Thompson slander. Not here. We will not tolerate that here, as he has been so phenomenal for this Washington Capitals team all season long here, and all of last season as well, by the way, all through the Stanley Cup playoffs last season as well. He has been literally a top 3 goaltender in this league ever since he got traded to our Washington Capitals. So he is the MVP of this team day in and day out. So yeah, no Logan Thompson slander here. You will not be hearing that from me. Definitely not. So it's a 1-1 game, right? And then an unfortunate bounce of the puck gives Nicholas Waugh of the Avalanche the goal here to put the Avs ahead 2-1 in the third period. And so now, right, just really unfortunate here. Like I said, like the Washington Capitals have played pretty much as perfect of a hockey game defensively, certainly, as you can ask for. And now, you know, a couple of unfortunate plays here, one fumble of the puck by their MVP goaltender, who almost never makes a mistake. And then just a bad bounce here gives Nicholas Waugh the goal. And so the Caps, having played pretty much a perfect hockey game, they find themselves down 2-1 here in the third period. But never fear, because for the 1,000th time in his National Hockey League career, Alex Ovechkin is here. So just over 5 minutes left to play in regulation, and with his Capitals trailing by a goal, the Caps really need to find one here, and they are on the power play. And who else but Alex Ovechkin, right? I know he has barely had any power play goals this season. No one on the Washington Capitals has had any power play goals this season. Really, the power play has stunk all season long. That might change here. That very likely will change with the arrival of Cole Hutson, and we see that here. So Caps on the power play here late in regulation. They need to tie up this game, and it is Cole Hutson, the rookie, finds Dylan Strome up top. Strome across to Alex Ovechkin on the left flank in his one-timer position that we have seen so many times throughout the course of his illustrious, glorious NHL career. And he uncranks this one-timer, beats Mackenzie Blackwood clean, and we are all tied up 2-2. And like I alluded to, this goal was Alex Ovechkin's 1,000th total goal in the National Hockey League, regular season and playoffs combined. He is only the second player ever to score 1,000 total goals in the NHL. Wayne Gretzky being the only other one with 1,016. And Gordie Howe is third place on that list behind Gretzky and Ovechkin. And he is almost 150 goals behind Gretzky and Ovi, with 869 total goals scored in the NHL for the man that they call Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe. So right? I'm chuckling here, not because I'm like making fun of Gordie Howe for only having 869 total goals in the National Hockey League. 869 goals is a fuck ton of goals in the NHL. But I'm more so just chuckling because Alex Ovechkin and Wayne Gretzky are just on a totally whole other level than the rest of the field. And this goal was also Alex Ovechkin's 26th goal of this season, his age 40 season, which is pretty insane in and of itself. It's crazy to be able to play in the NHL, period, at 40 years of age these days. That is insane enough. There are not very many 40-year-olds at all in the NHL these days. So that is crazy all by itself, right? But to be able to actually score 26 goals and counting as a 40-year-old, that is fucking crazy. And this goal, for reference, came on the Capitals' 5th power play of the game. Okay, they were 0 for 4 on the previous 4. And I bring that up because it took until their 5th power play of the game for Kirk Muller, who runs this god-awful Washington Capitals power play, as it has been for pretty much all of this season. It took until their 5th power play of the game for Kirk Muller to finally start Cole Hutson on the top unit. And oh, would you looky at what happens, Kirk? Oh my God, it takes all of 20 seconds for that unit to strike, to tie this game. After the non-Cole Hutson unit was 0 for 4 to begin the game. So I don't know, man. Maybe try something different. Maybe let the kid play. And it was, like I said, it was Cole Hutson. I'm just watching it again here now. It was Cole Hutson keeping the puck alive for the Caps down low and then digging it out and feeding it up to Dylan Strome at the top, which created space for Strome to be able to find Ovi. And that is basically the first clean look that we have seen given to Alex Ovechkin on the power play all season, folks. For that deadly one-timer of his. And he, of course, makes it count because, of course, he does, right? Of course, he would make it count. Like I said, this has been an ongoing thing all season here for the Caps on the power play, is that no one has been able to find Alex Ovechkin for his one-timer. He has not gotten a pass in his wheelhouse all season up until this one. So he finally gets a pass in his wheelhouse here. And like I said, he, of course, makes it count, cranks this thing, hammer time, past Mackenzie Blackwood, tie game. So Alex Ovechkin on the power play from Dylan Strome and Cole Hutson. That is Cole Hutson's first career assist there on the power play, and that is obviously a huge one here, as not only does it tie the game for the Caps here, every standings point right now, so huge for this Washington Capitals team, and this is a big point that they earned here today against the league's best team in the Colorado Avalanche. So obviously it's big for that reason, but as well, your first career assist being on Alex Ovechkin, the greatest goal scorer of all time, being on Ovechkin's 1,000th total goal scored in the National Hockey League. That has got to be so cool for Cole Hutson. Just an unbelievable moment for the kid here in his 3rd ever NHL game. So 2-2, we are all tied up here, and that is how regulation would end. And so we would head to overtime. And yeah, some curious personnel decisions again here in overtime for the Washington Capitals. That has been a talking point this season. They pick some weird guys to start these overtime periods. They send out their, 3 more so defensive-minded players in Martin Ferravari on the back end, and then in Pierre-Luc Dubois and Alexei Protas up front. So that is the decision that they made to take on the top 3 offensive guys for the Colorado Avalanche. It did not pay off here, as the Caps, they lose the opening faceoff of the overtime period, as they so often do. They're not a good faceoff team. They lose the opening faceoff, they lose possession of the puck, and they never got it back. They did have a chance there after the Avalanche get several scoring chances to start the overtime period. Nathan McKinnon, he then goes off for the line change. There was an opportunity there for the Caps to grab a puck here just inside of their own zone. They, for some reason, don't grab that puck. I'm not really sure what the defense, I believe it was Martin Ferravari. I'm not really sure what he was doing there. He does not make a good play for that puck or on that puck. And so the Caps, they never gain full possession here in this overtime period, all the way up until Marty Necas feeds Brock Nelson for, the backdoor tip-in past Logan Thompson to win this game 3-2 in overtime. So curious personnel decisions again. I would like to see them go for it a bit more rather than reacting to what the other team is throwing at you, right? Especially like for a Washington Capitals team that is so dreadful in shootouts. Like, just try to win the fucking game in the overtime period. Just try to win. Quit playing not to lose. I hate that. Like, I hate, trying to counter what the other team is doing. Just fucking go for it. It's not going to be good for you if it goes to a shootout anyway. Just go for it. Just try to win the game, right? They were playing not to lose in this overtime period, and it cost them here with Brock Nelson, like I said, tipping that one in behind Logan Thompson. Unfortunate for Logan Thompson not to get the win here tonight. He played excellent yet again, despite that fumble, of that puck behind his own net. Other than that, he was stellar again, so you would have loved to get the win for him. But all things considered, right? You hate to lose the 1 point for sure, but if you had told us coming in that we were going to get at least the one standings point against this Colorado Avalanche team, this top team, the best team in the National Hockey League this season, who almost never loses a game, right? If you had told us coming in that we were going to hold that team to just 2 goals through regulation, make it to overtime, grab the 1 point in the standings, I think we all would have taken that, right? And yeah, the Caps, for the most part here, like I titled the video, stacking points, right? They have been racking up some standings points here recently. They've been playing a lot better recently, really since the trade deadline, which is kind of funny when Chris Patrick kind of signaled to the team that he was essentially giving up on them by trading away John Carlson and Nick Dowd. The team seems to have kind of said, you know what, fuck you. And they have come to play here. They have really picked it up over the last several weeks here and playing some great hockey, particularly defensively. Just playing really stellar defense, and that is leading them to more wins and more points in the standings here. So great to see that they have been able to stack some points here. It likely will not be enough to get them into the Stanley Cup playoffs, as they were quite a ways behind. They are catching up now to some of these teams in those wild card positions and in the top 3 in the Metro, but not sure that they're going to have time here to pull this off with now just 11 games remaining. They probably will fall short. I just don't think there's enough games left for them to get that done, but it is very encouraging to see the way that they can play when the team is a little bit more healthy, right? And great to see them fighting all the way to the end here and not giving up like a lot of these teams that we see around the league who are outside of the playoff picture. You see a lot of quitting around the National Hockey League, to be frank with you. So it's really nice to see that our team is not doing that. They are going to fight tooth and nail right until the very end. You love to see that. That's character inside of that locker room, leadership, right? And that's setting the culture, maintaining the culture really, because they have that great culture here. That is maintaining that great culture here to be ready for next season. All right, babes, that is going to be it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel recently. Thank you, of course, to all of my longtime subscribers as well. I appreciate all of you guys so, so much. Thank you for being here, as always, like I said. And yeah, we'll get ready for the stretch drive here for the Washington Capitals. 11 games remaining here. Like I said, we will see what they can do. But at the very least, like I said, they are still playing extremely hard. So that is very nice to see. And certainly there is a lot to be excited about right now as a Washington Capitals fan. It's amazing. Like, they're probably going to miss the Stanley Cup playoffs, but I feel like the vibes inside of Caps Nation right now are very, very high because of the play that we are seeing from these young players on this team, right? The future is very, very bright for the Washington Capitals organization. Future is very, very bright for this team and for a lot of the players on this team who, like I said, are so young. So that's great to see. Very exciting. We will see what they can do, like I said, over these last 11 games. So yeah, we'll be here. You can always catch us here for your post-game reaction videos. You can catch us here for the podcast as well. Make sure that you click on that subscribe button if you have not already done so. And until next time, babes, and as always, let's go, Caps.